afternoon, everybody. It's a lovely day in the neighborhood. Today I have my friend, Janet Melrose, and when you listen to us for a while, you'll realize how long we've known each other. I hate to even think how long it's been. Can you come up with it?
10 plus.
Yeah. Anyway, today we were going to do some talking about, well, let's start with this, the winter solstice coming.
Absolutely. December 21st.
Yes.
2:47 p.m.
Mountain time, yes.
p.m., yes. It's our favorite day of the year.
My total favorite day.
Of the year. Actually, it's the next day that's the favorite one.
Why?
Because it's now 2 more minutes of the light.
Yes, and that's why I like the solstice now, because it means that we're going to get longer days and longer days. It seems to take a little bit longer to get longer days than it does in the fall.
Sure, yeah,
but it kind of gets me going. And you were saying something about the light and how you judge how long of daylight?
Oh, yeah. Well, I measure the light, or the change of light, by, if I look out my kitchen window, there's a garage roof.
Yes.
And so I time it as to when the sun peaks up over that garage roof.
Ah.
And on the 21st, it'll be 9:05.
Okay.
Okay, which doesn't necessarily mean everybody, but my
Yes.
garage. And right now it's about 8:50 that it peaks up.
Okay.
So we have another 15 minutes before the shortest day. But then after that, we gain, what, 2-3 minutes a day?
2-3 minutes a day, and it's quite
fabulous.
spectacular. I love it because it sort of fits in with planting times, because we get to mid-January, and that's when you do a lot of cuttings because the daylight's getting longer.
The energy's starting to come back.
Yeah, and you're starting to feel more like, you know.
Well, by mid-January, I'm actually coming out of hibernation. Right now, I'm going into hibernation.
Promises.
Yeah, and then about the middle of January is when I start to come out of hibernation.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to know how she figures she's hibernating. We share our workshop. She's never not there.
Well, that's because I like bugging you.
Anyway, but it actually works really well with our Christmas celebrations.
It does. And actually, what I really love about the winter solstice is that every culture in the Northern Hemisphere celebrates the solstice. No matter what their faith, what their country of origin, there's always something where we have something special to celebrate that day.
That's right. That's the part that I like.
So it ties us all together. I love it. Yeah.
Anyway, one of the things that we were going to talk today was about real Christmas trees. And Janet is one of these people who, you tell the story, it just blows me away.
Well, ever since I came to Canada, I'm not telling you when, my family had, of course, to begin with, the Douglas fir, right?
Right.
You know, the Charlie Brown. And we always had a big honking Douglas fir. Well, since Steve and I have been married, we've had every kind of Christmas tree, from the balsams to the Doug firs to the pines. And actually now we've settled on the Fraser fir. And the reason why we like the Fraser fir, because it lasts the longest. And my husband does not like taking down the Christmas tree.
I've been to their house at the end of January. I can attest to this.
Yes. The longest time that we've had the Christmas tree up was when we first got married, and it was April.
Yeah, it seems to me you told me that part of it.
Yeah, we were living in a walk-up apartment building.
Yes.
And it's April, and what the heck are we going to get this tree, which of course is a fire hazard, out of this apartment building? So we dropped it over the balcony 3 stories down. Whoomp, tooey. So we're very good about it now. We make sure that the leaves are still very green. They
Needles.
Needles. Well, they're leaves. These are
Okay,
leaves.
all right.
These are leaves.
All right.
Yeah, and we just love our Christmas tree. Absolutely.
Yes.
So the Fraser fir is our favorite. And right now it's drinking 4 gallons of water a day.
Please water your Christmas tree. Please.
So we bought it the first day, basically, that you could buy Christmas trees, and it sat outside. And then we took off the first 2 inches of, have you got one of those? Oh, yeah. So we took off that much.
We did take off quite a bit. And when you first go to the tree lot and you look at them and you're looking at them, and then the deal should be that they're going to cut the bottom 2 to 3 inches off. And when you come away from it, you're not going to have this showing anymore. You're going to have a nice, clean, bare wood so that it is able to draw up moisture.
Mm-hmm. You know, and we've only ever had 1 year when it didn't draw up, because look how fast, look how that's sealed, right?
Yes,
So
it's
that's
sealed
totally
right over.
sealed. And actually, it doesn't take that long for them to reseal. Like,
No.
you know, like I don't even like when the garden centers take them off.
Yes.
I want my husband to do it now, and it's in the water in the next 5 minutes.
Yeah, and that is something I was going to say, except that some people haven't the facility to
True.
do that. But my dad always used to cut our tree, and he carried around a wet rag.
Yes.
And he wrapped the base. Yeah,
that's a
he
good
used to wrap the base. It was always most entertaining when he'd shove it into the station wagon.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that. Anything to prevent it from sealing up.
That's right, and that's what a cold cloth or something like that will
does
do.
the trick. Okay. The other thing, of course, is we don't put anything in our water. All we do is just use regular water that we've gassed off the chlorine.
Yes.
Okay.
She means standing over the day
Yeah,
for at least 24 hours.
So 24 hours before I use the water. We don't use sugar, we don't use Stay Fresh, we don't use anything. And partly it's because the cats love drinking out of the tree stand.
Yeah, I have a dog that
Yeah.
drinks out
Yeah.
of the tree stand.
Yeah.
That's actually why I have an artificial tree now.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
But
that's
each to their own.
each to their own, absolutely. And you know, people are talking about the price of trees, right? The
Right.
fact that they've essentially doubled since, well, in the last 10 years?
In the last 10
10
years, they're
they've
essentially
definitely
doubled
Yeah,
their price. And
Yeah.
that's the part that
yeah.
blows me away.
So, you know, no more is it a Douglas fir for $5 or $8. It's more along the lines of, well, over $100 for a nice tree, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says that the Christmas trees are too expensive. Well, I
Right.
think that they're still a bargain.
And why?
Okay. If you have a artificial, you just have a tree that's up for as long as you want it, and then you have to store it, right?
Right.
Okay. So I have 6 uses out of my Christmas tree.
Leaving them up till February.
Yeah, that's number one is celebrationary. Okay. Then it goes outside in a snowbank, and now it's going to provide habitat for the birds and the squirrels. And I also could put pine cones with seeds hanging from it, berries, apples, all sorts of things. So I'm feeding the wildlife.
Good.
Okay. It's also a bit of a windbreak, by the way.
Oh.
Like, you know, it's
The wind
big.
doesn't blow all the
No.
needles off?
No.
Okay.
Needles are still attached. Now it's getting towards spring, okay? So now I'm going to chop off all of the branches, and I'm going to lay them down over where my bulbs are going to grow, because I
Yes.
don't want them to start to grow too quickly.
Yes.
So it's going to be a mulch for my yard. Just
Okay.
place them right on top of the snow. Okay.
So that's pruning off the branches.
Branches, yeah.
Okay.
So then I let the tree trunk age, and then I make wood cookies out of them.
Oh, right. Wood cookies.
Wood cookies.
Yes.
And they can be ornaments, and I use them for all of my horticultural therapy activities throughout the year.
You made bunnies one year.
I do bunnies, I do gnomes, I do reindeer, doesn't matter. Then the remainder of this thing goes into my mess pile, my snag, my wilderness area, and it becomes habitat now for the butterflies and the birds, bees, through providing shelter and food. And then finally it all disintegrates and goes back into the soil. So I think I use my Christmas tree up.
Do you?
I
Have
do.
you always used it up?
Always.
Always.
Yeah. Yeah. There are 30 odd years worth of Christmas trees sitting in my backyard in various stages of decomposition. Some have disappeared altogether. Some are only beginning their journey.
And your neighbors don't say anything?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
No, but you know, that speaks to making use of nature and making use of what your garden can do.
Yes, because one of the biggest trends for rewilding, as I call it.
That was your theme this week.
Yeah, rewilding. I am so passionate about rewilding and the fact that we are now, well, not now, we are the stewards of the environment. Big cities in particular have more biodiversity than the rural areas in many instances. And so what do we need to do to provide biodiversity in our gardens? Well, one of the things is we need a messy area. And so the Christmas tree provides the frame for the messy area, because you have sort of dried grasses growing up through the twigs, and you have leaves, and you can, it can be all sorts of things. It doesn't have to be center in your front yard. It usually is tucked away. But you want to have...
See, I was about to discuss the mess.
Yeah, you have to have a mess. Just to call it anything else, it's just the messy area. And it's amazing what comes to visit, what lives there all year long, and it provides so much habitat. If we're going to be serious about providing habitat, building that biodiversity, we got to have a messy area. It can't be manicured. All right? So that's, Christmas trees are number one for that.
Okay, and that would be, this year I know that you were introducing and talking a great deal, speaking about rewilding.
Yes,
yeah.
It's like I said, I'm passionate about it, absolutely. And more, I grew up with the idea that the gardeners tended the plants for ourselves, right? But I'm way past that. As far as I'm concerned, the gardeners plant and tend their gardens for everybody else that comes from the birds.
Well, we're the stewards
We are
of
the
it all.
stewards, you know, whether it's the slugs, whether it's the birds that eat the slugs, whether it's the other birds that chase the other birds, the skunks that wander. Oh, you know, I have skunks in my garden, right?
Oh.
I love skunks. They're cool creatures.
But they smell, and I have a dog.
Well, yeah. And you know why dogs get skunked? Yes, because they chase the skunks, and guess where the smell comes out of? Their rear ends.
Well, I know.
If you have cats, cats fight face to face.
I had a white dog once, and it got sprayed by a skunk, and it had a yellow chest for a month. It was not pretty, but I can live with that.
I can
live with that, and I can live with the bobcats that walk on my fence.
I don't want a moose. The moose can stay away.
I don't want a moose. No,
I love the rabbits.
Do you? Why?
I do, but they're part of it. They're part of the gig.
Well, I suppose I'm kind of the belief with I believe the Bugs Bunny rabbits.
Bugs Bunny has got a lot to answer for.
That's right. But I've yet to have a bunny pull a carrot out of my garden from the bottom down.
But I have seen a dog do it.
Yes, and I had a pocket gopher that literally, one morning I'm having coffee on the porch, and all of a sudden it was like something out of a cartoon. The plants on around that rock on the front of my garden, all of a sudden they were just going like this and dropping straight down. And I didn't know what it was, so I'm running out there in my house coat and which my neighbors just think is just fun.
Yeah.
And I go running out there, and I look, and I realize that there's a pocket gopher
just yanking stuff down.
Yep. He ate my prized peony. I was devastated that year.
Yeah,
but,
well, yes.
You know, but we live with nature. Yeah. And I know we do. I think we should be trying to live with it.
We cannot divorce ourselves.
Yeah.
So
what do you think 2023 is going to bring you for a speaking topic, besides introducing wildlife to you?
Oh, now that's a good question. Speaking topic. Literally, okay, I think we should embrace the snag.
The snag.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So
you heard that here first.
Embrace the snag. All right. So the embracing the snag is not just the mess. Okay? The mess is low down, and it's sort of like a hugel culture being built up. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. The snag is a dead tree.
Okay.
Okay. I have a hawthorn that's just about ready to give up the ghost because it got infested with the oyster shell scale.
Ah.
Okay. I love the hawthorn. It's got beautiful bark. It's a great structural form. So am I going to dig up this guy? No. Just because he's gone to pine for the fjords doesn't mean that I'm going to lose this guy out of my garden. So yes, I'm going to tidy up the branches, though it could be that the wind just breaks a few of them off, right? And over time, this guy is going to provide habitat for the woodpeckers because they're already visiting. It's going to house all of the other birds and the insects, and maybe I might even decorate it with a whole bunch of bird houses on it. I'll make it look faintly attractive to the neighbors.
I have some homeless birdhouses I'll give you.
There we go. I think we should have a slogan, embrace the snag.
Okay, because I cut down my mountain ash last year, and I left the stump with every intention of turning it into a habitat for something.
Yeah.
I got as far as putting a trellis around it, all the way around it, to try and encourage it. Well, it grew more leaves.
Ah, well, that's because it wasn't totally gonzo.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
No.
However, I noticed that it's starting to turn a little brown in this, so I'm going to turn it into a habitat as well, because I've gradually discovered that my garden space horizontally is gone.
So you need.
So I need to go up, and I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4 obelisks holding up clematis.
Yes.
And so I'm going to try and find something to go. I did try to grow squash up it.
Yeah.
And it worked like a darn.
Of course it
does. The
does.
only thing is the pollinators didn't find the flowers.
No.
So there I am with my Q-tip a little late in the year.
Doing that.
So that one kind of threw me off. But if I was going to say I'm going to talk about anything this year, I want to talk about caterpillars. And I want to talk about the fact that I have a personal vendetta against cabbage white moths and their little green caterpillars. Okay, the reason I figure I can continue that vendetta is that the white cabbage moth is not a native moth.
Exactly.
So if the birds want to eat the caterpillars, that's great.
Yeah.
I go out most mornings and pick the worms off my cabbages and my kale.
Good for you.
And I do. I personally pick them off. And I throw them to the middle of the lawn, and I notice that I get every robin in the neighborhood just going around. But the thing is that I found that stuff that you showed it to me in your
the hail netting.
The hail netting, and it kept the cabbage whites out of my. I got a whole 2 cabbages this year without being
anything.
chewed right into them.
Yeah.
But the other caterpillars, yes, they're part of a life cycle of a native insect.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to try to save them. I'll relocate them.
I don't even bother with that.
No?
No. My theory is like the sawfly on a currant.
Yes.
Okay. So a sawfly is a pollinator.
Yes.
It's an absolutely essential insect in our world. So why do we want to prevent the young from becoming adults?
True. They are true predator.
The trick is to have everything in balance, right?
Yes.
So that your poor currant doesn't get defoliated.
Yeah, that's always one of my big arguments. And the other sawfly, the spruce sawfly that takes the ends off the spruce.
Spruces. Yeah.
I have a little argument with myself, but I don't mess with them anymore. I just go out and prune off the ends.
Do you know what I do? I put bird feeders in the spruce, and the birds eat the sawflies, and I haven't bothered with them for years.
And that brings me to my theme for this year, besides caterpillars, is gardening with intention.
Yes.
And I want to create intention to do better by my wildlife that lives in my garden. I'm seriously wanting to do a little better with my cabbages.
Yes, that would be good.
I'm going to keep that intention going. But to me, intention means helping other people garden, continuing to talking garden. So
encouraging,
it really is.
Encouraging Calgarians to enjoy gardening.
That's right. Yeah. So that's my intention. And in a way, it's kind of my gift to myself is that I'm going to, for Christmas, I'm going to continue with my word intention. I don't mean to ball my fist, but it is one of those things, and I do it naturally because my dad used to go, Kathleen, and I'd be, yes, sir. So my intention isn't to frighten anybody, but I want to be friendlier to caterpillars because I've waged this little vendetta for a while.
Yep.
So
go right ahead, because those ones don't belong in our world.
no, they don't. They don't. But nor do I want to be the person that has to go around and swat.
And I'll continue my vendetta against the red lily beetle.
Oh yeah, that one too. That one too.
That's a good one too.
Did I ever tell you one time I was so desperate about the red lily beetle that I got a great big, I had a fly swatter. And I would go out at night with my fly swatter and my wine and whack them.
Whack 'em.
People used to say pick them and squish them. Something in my life I can't squish stuff.
Oh, if you've had a bad day, debugifying your lily, it's dynamite. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
so anyway, we need to get back on topic.
Oh, do we? Did I digress?
We did, sort of. Anyway, celebrating the season.
Yes.
All
We're
right.
still in. How often do you water your Christmas tree?
Every day.
Every day?
Every day.
And you fill it right up?
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
And it drinks and drinks and drinks and drinks. By mid-January, it's starting to slow down.
Didn't you have a tree that budded out one year?
Oh, at least 2.
Yeah, but that's what's happened when you leave them indoors.
Yeah.
So let's celebrate the season with the greens.
Because bringing in the greens is also that centuries-long tradition across the Northern Hemisphere where we bring in evergreens, because evergreen stands for eternal life.
Yes.
We want to honor the gods so that the light will return, so that we've got something to eat next year. We want to gift, because there's all sorts of meanings around gifting. So celebrating by bringing in the greens. Well, in the Middle East, they would bring in rosemary and bay leaves and ivies, maybe. No, that's in Germany.
Rosemary for remembrance.
Yes. In England, it's oak and holly. And in BC, by the way, it's also holly.
Yes.
Yeah, my friend has a holly that's about 8 foot tall. Mine is about this big after 4 years. Anyway, so we bring in the greens that work well for us. So we've got the pine.
Wonderful long needle creations.
Yeah.
I really enjoy these guys.
So that's the white pine, right?
Yes, this is white pine.
And
this is a good one.
That's a good one. I love white pine.
Okay, that one's mine.
And it's a flexus, of course. So now we've got the fir. Now you and I love the silver fir.
Yes, we do.
We don't like the Doug fir.
No, Doug's sheds just like it does on Charlie Brown's tree.
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
And I really enjoy...
Pull the camera towards you.
Pull the camera towards me. Down.
The camera itself, you see it's...
Oh, it flipped. There's why we're not getting close-ups. I now am a camera technician. Are you ready for that?
Oh, this is strange.
Anyway, so what we're doing here with the pine is that it has these lovely flat needles. Fir. Thanks, Janet.
Either that or we could call it pur.
Yeah, pur. So what I like about the fir, and this silver fir in particular, is it's dark green on one side, and it's a lovely silvery tone on this side.
Yeah.
And it really is neat because you can use it flat, you can use it sideways, you get a lot of branches out of it. When I'm looking at value for buying boughs, I'm always looking for fir, because I can get lots of value.
And you can get noble fir, but to me noble fir is too much of a good thing. And look, I'm holding this just by the needles, right?
Yes.
That to me is the mark of a good fir.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should be able to walk into the greens in the garden centers and hold them. Tug on them, and they hold up.
Yeah. If they don't buy.
No.
Okay. And then of course the last one is the cedars.
Cedar.
And those are not the cedars sitting in our pots that are already dead.
No. These are...
Well, they are.
Buying cedars isn't a good idea here. We're very, very dry. But I like cedar too. But cedar is the workhorse of the floral industry as well as what we're doing with them for Christmas. And I like them because of their flat growth pattern. I like them for that lovely dark green side. But they too have a two-tone to them.
Yes.
So look at that. And I was told a long time ago by a florist that putting them in backwards reflects light back at them.
Ah, neat.
So it is a really good, useful product.
And I love the bark.
Yes, the bark texture is simply amazing, the way it's sort of ruffly and it's got that great texture to it. So I enjoy playing with the greens. It's probably why, Janet.
Ah, yes, we need to talk.
When you're working with these greens, you really should wear gloves.
Yes.
And honestly, how many days, one day's wear?
Not even that, half a day.
And they're dirty and they're filthy and you go,
and the resins
"Ooh,"
on
and
them.
the resins on them, and most of the time if you don't wear an apron,
It's all down
it's
your
all
front,
down the front of
underneath.
yourself. But I do have such fun with it. But the other thing that happens is your pruners get full of gunk.
Yeah.
And it's the pitch that really drives me crazy.
Yeah.
It
Look
it
at
gets
that.
all,
Yeah, all over
all
there,
through,
yeah.
and it gets on the handles.
And
So you're fighting a battle with it. And one of the, are we dizzy yet?
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can feel even in here from
Yeah.
putting my hands on it that it's sticky.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you and I both agree on is Dettol. I always feel like a Dettol commercial at this point in time. And I will take Dettol, put it on a paper towel, and wipe them down, and it cleans.
But if it's really bad, you just soak them, like
Yes,
wrap it around.
Wrap it around it, and it cleans it right up.
Yeah.
And then the other one, I don't believe in using my pruners to cut anything with wire, so I have wire cutters. And they get the pitch on them too. So you've got to soak these. You've got to find them and you've got to soak them. And that is just part and parcel of it.
And sharpen them almost every day.
And every day take your whetstone and give them a good
just
sharpen.
sharpen, yeah.
One single motion with that. That's what we forgot, was the sharpening.
Yes, exactly.
We forgot the sharpening tool.
Now, the thing about the greens this year is that, well, we get our greens from BC because,
Yes.
as I say in Alberta, the greens that grow here naturally are just like Albertans, right?
Yeah, they're dry.
They're prickly, but cranky.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And they just don't actually work that terrifically.
Well, they're not
especially-
as flexible.
Well, they're great for outdoors, but not,
That's right.
And they smell like skunk indoors too. So I like skunks, but I don't need the smell indoors.
No.
So, but we've noticed that they are thinner this year because of the drought.
That's right. There are a lot, and there's bigger gaps
Gaps,
from the main trunk of the pine
Yeah.
to the end of the branch. So
Like-
that tells you how dry it's been.
Like, look at this internode, right?
Yeah.
Between here and here.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of a
bit
difference.
difference, so-
So when we look at that, that's one of the things we're looking at. But we are still creating and making some great arrangements with things, but the big ones are great.
Yes, exactly. But it's key that we put the floral finish on too.
Yes, and we use a product called Floral Finish. It's clear, it's essentially almost like sugar water, and we spray
Yeah.
everything. And
I already
it's,
had a shower today.
anyway, we spray them to keep them moist, and if you're going to keep them in the house, you definitely want to do this more than once.
Yes.
And you water.
Yeah.
So
Keep
you
it
feel
water.
around the bottom to look for. Don't pour water from the top. You'll destroy the structure of the arrangement because they're arranged into floral foam. And the floral foam holds moisture, keeps them moist, and gradually it'll keep
Yeah.
it moist enough, long enough for you to keep going with the arrangement.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm working on a couple of things that we can try instead of foam
Yeah.
indoors.
Yeah. There's
We're
a lot of
trying
work.
wood mulch. We've
Yeah.
still got a bit of going.
Yeah.
I've also started doing, and I think you saw me do it yesterday or the day before, using clear
Tape. Yeah.
and creating a grid and arranging into that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to perfect my technique in the next week or so
yeah.
because I'm getting more and more doing that. So I'd like to see, that's when we have to look at how long we cut the branches, so that we can get them right to the bottom to get them to absorb the moisture. So that'll be part and parcel of something that's one of my ongoing projects. But, you know.
And by the way, you know that gnomes.
Yes, that is a gnome mug.
This is my gnome mug. See?
Oh yes.
There's his
yes,
nose.
there's his nose.
Well, the reason why he's wearing a forest on top is because they are the guardians of the forest.
Yes, they are.
So this is very appropriate for the
holiday
coming
season.
up. Yes.
Yes.
So we want to make sure that we embrace gnomes this year.
Yes, I think
Okay,
gnomes
not
are
just at Christmas.
not just at Christmas, and
Yeah.
I personally like some of the figures and the beards they wear.
Yeah.
I think they're quite enchanting, if you will.
I think so. So you know, so we decorate with the Christmas tree.
Yes.
We decorate by bringing in the greens,
Yes.
and we decorate with plants that flower this time of the year.
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Of course.
Well,
And
we should
the
never
rest of-
forget about it. I think I have 20
Yeah.
amaryllis in the basement right
Yeah.
now.
If my son sees me coming in with another amaryllis bulb, I'm going to be in trouble. but we
Yeah.
have success to report.
Yes, we sure do. Oh, this is exciting. This is an exciting
So
thing.
this guy here, see the bud that's coming up? This is last year's amaryllis.
Yeah.
So,
And
success.
see, we have success,
Yes.
and this is last year's.
Yeah.
And he lived outside in my garage.
No, at first he was in my backyard.
Oh, that's right. He was
Yeah,
in the backyard.
And
mine
so
too.
So we got lots of sun and lots of energy. So
That's
his bulb
right.
Plumped up.
And he's made a baby.
So he's got a
Gonna-
calf.
So he's got a calf.
Yeah.
He's going to have another one next year.
Yeah.
We'll get more.
We'll get more.
So they go out and then they come in and get cold.
Yeah. So the old adage is that you don't put them outside. You just stick them in a dark closet.
Well, no.
My theory is if you take them outside, then they get to photosynthesize, right?
That's right. And they
Yeah.
continue to grow those strappy leaves.
And then we get, and usually when you bring them in, come beginning
September.
of December, those leaves disappear, right?
Yes.
They don't make it.
That's right.
But then this year we stuck them in the garage.
Yes.
And what did it freeze? It actually did freeze.
It got quite cold, and then all of a sudden and I had one that's already flowered.
Yeah.
I went to pull it out of the garage to take it in for the light, and it had a flower bud, and it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was one of my red lions.
Yes, exactly. And this guy, when we took him indoors about 2 weeks ago, he only had the very little nub, just the faintest little hint that there was going to be a bud
Yes,
there.
that's right.
And now look at him. So just because amaryllis bulbs are expensive, because they're big, right? They're not one time either.
They're value for money.
They are.
But I mean, at the garden center right now, there's more than just amaryllis.
Yes.
There's, of course, the poinsettia,
Yes.
which is a whole topic all on its own. But we've got azaleas for sale right now, cyclamen, and they're all plants that, even though they come to you in flower and they're going through all of that, with a little bit of cool time, they can be brought back into flower.
Yeah.
A cyclamen, for instance, is a bulb. So if it's allowed to go dormant in March and you put it outside in a pot in May,
Yep.
it reflowers.
I know, mine was flowering all year long.
That's right. And an azalea,
Yeah.
well, I really like them. They're a broad-leafed evergreen, so they just keep growing.
Yeah.
I prune out the flower heads as they die,
Yeah.
and I just keep them. And they don't need hot sun. They want to be in the shade.
But you
They
put
like
yours
our-
outside, right?
I do. I evacuate it to the great outdoors, and they do very well. And then I bring them in and I put them on the coffee table in my very low-light living room, and they reflower.
Yes.
And I'm going to bonsai mine this year.
Are you
I think
now?
I'm a bonsai.
All right.
So, I mean, there's all sorts of plants at the garden center that are there because it's that time of year. They flower better in the shorter day length. They produce a better crop of flowers all the way around. So that's when the industry chooses to sell them.
And then, of course, there's clancho, which
Yes.
is universal.
Yes.
We've been seeing it for the summer containers.
That's right.
But clancho, so
With that bright flower,
flowers,
flaming Katie.
and some ivies, of course.
Oh, yes.
Ivy and the holly.
Ivy is evergreen.
Yes.
Yes.
And the holly.
So that makes quite a difference.
And there's that wonderful legend about the ivy and the holly came.
Tell me.
So let's see if I can remember. So the ivy and the holly were both kings.
Yes.
All right. No, it's not. It's the oak tree. The oak tree and the holly, right?
Ah,
So,
okay,
yes.
okay.
So they are brothers, and they have a big fight in midsummer.
Oh,
And the
you're making this up
no, I'm
as you
not.
go.
No, I'm not. The holly king kills the oak tree.
Oh,
Smites him.
smites him dead.
No,
No.
just a wound.
Okay.
And then by the equinox, the oak tree is dead.
Ah,
And the holly king rules supreme. But after the winter solstice, the acorn of the oak tree recovers and germinates, and he rules until midsummer. The cycle of the seasons.
and that's part and parcel of what we're doing right now.
Wreaths are the cycle of the seasons. We bring them together, don't we?
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
do, and that's why I have
Yeah.
a few favorites that are my favorite holiday plants. And I do find, people say, "Oh, I don't go to the garden center." This is a gold mine because there's so many beautiful flowers. And as the days get shorter, I just need to go and do it.
I crave them.
And I've said this 1,000 times. I should have a name badge that says, "I am not allowed to buy anything."
Yes.
As you know, my dog run is covered in plants. There's one corner in my kitchen is now a greenhouse.
Well, yeah.
So, and that doesn't even account for my basement that Janet seems to have taken up residence in.
And grow lights.
And the grow lights. Wow, what are you doing?
And in my own home, I think the only place that there isn't a plant is in the bathroom. And I even stuck the stupid snake's tongue in there for a while because I had nowhere else to put him. So,
Well, I have plants in my one bathroom because I have windows.
well, I don't.
And I'm spoiled
That's
that
bad.
way. But
So we want more plants.
so what do we do with our houseplants in this darker weather?
Oh, you know what my tradition is? On St. Stephen's Day,
What's
December the 27th,
Okay.
I repot all my houseplants.
Oh,
I give them nice fresh soil. Well, not all of them because I got 200, so it takes a few days. But anyway, so what I do is I refresh their soil and I make sure that they're in good health. I check for all the bugs that could be around, and I give them a good drink. I don't start fertilizing yet. Okay, not until February or March. And that's my fun, right?
yes. Of course it is.
Yeah,
I mean, what else are you going to do? You could drink champagne.
yeah. Or you could put away the Christmas paper,
Yeah, or something like
or
that.
or be more productive. But
You
no,
don't fertilize.
No, not until a little bit later. Do you fertilize at
No.
this time?
No, until a bit later.
Yeah, about end of February, early
Yeah,
March.
February when the day length
like
is
to-
starting to move back up.
And also when they start to do things, because right now
Yeah.
they're just surviving, right?
Yeah, they're just doing their own thing. They're not producing, not like the amaryllis that puts a lot of
That's
growth
right.
on.
Yeah.
But, we can just keep on going with things. I honestly, when I look at what's in my house and all those plants, I'm just as grateful not to have to fertilize them all.
No.
But like you, I probably start, unlike you, I start January, February and start the repotting project, the fertilizing, and as I go along. Plus I have a bag full of geraniums in the basement that'll probably need to be repotted now. Then they'll come out, get potted in soil, and they'll
it's
be
time. And of course, by February, it's time to check the tuberous begonias.
begonias and
Make sure that they're
yes.
all.
Except I have one growing there under the light.
I know.
I don't
And
know
I've
whether to cut him.
And I have one, a tuberous, that I was checking him just the other day, and he's been sitting on my windowsill. It's so cold. All of a sudden, I've got a whole bunch of new growth. So I snipped the old stems off, and I might even get flowering.
Wow.
Wow,
Okay,
crazy.
I'm jealous.
I'm just thrilled. But the one thing I do put up right now is the yellow stickies.
Oh, yes.
Yes. because we all know that fungus gnats grow in cycles.
And this is about the time. They like it cool and dark and damp, and they'll lay their eggs. And I also clean saucers and do a little bit of that.
Hygiene, right?
A lot of
hygiene.
Yeah, a lot of plant hygiene is very important to me.
And it's also time to make sure that all of those plants that you brought in, that you quarantine properly, now they might still have some eggs that are starting to hatch. I've had slugs.
I forgot you had a slug.
More than one.
Yeah.
But, you know, make sure we haven't got the aphids or the thrips or the whatever else is, or the slugs. Growing away. But yeah, so I think sticky strips are important even as a preventative measure.
Yes.
Because if you get one little fungus gnat, it's no big deal. But if you get 10 per little square, then you've got a problem. And my son does not appreciate cooking with fungus gnats flying around in front of his face.
He's their cook. Can you imagine having a cook that just lives in? That's very nice. I'm not seeing any questions. I mean, are Janet and I talking too much? If you've got some questions, maybe we could answer a couple for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just going to keep blathering on, because I have quite a list of topics here that we could go through.
Do we have questions?
No questions. Okay, we'll just keep going. But
There's nothing there.
No,
I don't see anything on there. But I'm wondering, Janet, what are you reading? This is a loaded question.
What am I reading? I'm reading Braiding Sweetgrass again.
Yes.
I'm reading Mycelium Running.
Mycelium?
Mycelium?
Yes. M-Y-C-E-L?
Yeah, fungi.
Fungi.
Anything fungi.
Okay.
And I'm also reading Melvin Sheldrake's book. Oh, what's the title? But it's to do with fungi.
Oh.
Melvin Sheldrake is the guy.
Melvin Sheldrake.
Sheldrake, yeah.
Oh.
Those are my big, what I'd call the heavy ones.
Okay.
I've also got Finding the Mother Tree.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
I've got that one out again. And
I don't know where you find time to hang out in the library and find all this
stuff. And I'm writing.
Well, yes, of course. And Janet, I'm not sure if you know that Janet Melrose and Cheryl Normando wrote some books this past little while. And when I say some, I just have to say, how many people do you know produce 6 books in a year?
3.
3 and 3. 3 and 3.
So 2 books every year.
I mean, I look at this and I go, okay, they've just recently put out Soil.
Yeah.
Then they have the Tree and Shrub book, which I really like.
That's this year.
And Small Spaces. Yeah. Now this one, I'm just getting into. I'm quite enjoying that one. And then the original 3.
No.
Aren't these the originals?
No. Seeds and Small Spaces was last
in
year.
The first ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Veggies and Pests was the first 2.
Okay. So, just a minute, we're having a
technical issue again.
But there's seeds.
Yeah.
Now this one is very full of little question and answer. Now, pests and diseases.
Yeah.
That one really got to me. That one was good. And vegetables. Everybody needs this
vegetables.
Book. Everybody.
We got enough questions for veggies number 2.
Do you? And then your co-author, Cheryl Normando, wrote The Little Book of Berries.
And it's, I've taken some of those for a test
There's
drive.
recipes. Yeah. I didn't know Cheryl wrote cookbooks.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one. And I gave this one to my niece and to my cousin, and they just love it, and they say it's well used. And it must be, because at my cousin's house it's a little dirty.
Well, to me, the mark of a good gardening and cookbook is not that they're pristine.
Yes.
They should be dirty. They should be having coffee rings on, or wine glass rings. They should have
I can't
dirt.
Drink and read.
Yeah, they should have dirt in them, all sorts of stuff. And I must tell you, we got 2 more coming out.
What have you got coming out?
We have fruit coming out next year.
Okay.
And we have perennials.
Ooh, so exciting.
We had a ton of fun writing both of those books.
Oh, I bet you did. I know I haven't seen much of you because you've been reading.
But, you know, it's fun to write because part of it is the research.
Well,
so what am I
know.
reading? I'm reading a lot.
I don't think she gets out enough because she comes over and talks and talks and talks. Anyway, we have a question.
Yes, Corinne would like to know, you talked about amaryllis.
Yeah.
Mine is still with green leaves. What should I do now to get it to bloom?
Did your green leaves not fall off at all? Because you might need to give it a rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it might need to be dried out and let leaves dry down.
Yep.
And then it will start to put energy back into the bulb.
Yep.
And you will find that sometimes they look a little rough, but that's all the old foliage, and it's how the bulb itself puts back energy. So you might want to cut it back and then let it start to come again.
Actually, I might even just let those leaves
Yes, dry out.
Yeah, like withdraw the water, like you
yeah,
said.
withdraw. Yes.
And just let the leaves turn yellow and go goofy.
Yeah.
And stick it in that cool, dark place.
That's right.
You know, there's nothing to say that it's not going to bloom in for Easter.
No.
You know,
And-
Christmas cactus.
Oh, we forgot Christmas.
Cactus.
But I feel that amaryllis will bloom anywhere from December into April, May. And I have a friend who puts them out in her garden and they flower in August.
Or September.
Or September.
I had a
Yeah, me
beautiful
too.
one in September.
And so, but it's letting the leaves die out properly and dropping into the bulb.
dormancy.
I see a question on here from Jen. Do you spray your Christmas tree with the floral product you mentioned?
You bet.
Yeah.
Yep.
It works really well.
Yeah.
It's one of the best anti-desiccants I've found. Plus, it doesn't have a smell to it.
And it's not waxy.
Yeah, it doesn't
No.
make you,
Yeah.
like I quite often, I'll talk about greens and I'll be standing there and I realize all of a sudden I'm just petting the greens and talking.
They're there.
Well, it's like when you made these swags, Janet. You know, we had to make sure they were all still fresh. And then we're both standing there talking
and
petting the greens.
But the thing is that they're so tactile. Like
Yeah.
working with these greens is like aromatherapy and tactile. It's almost as good as digging in the soil.
Almost.
Almost.
Oh, we have another
yeah.
question.
A follow-up. So should I put my new dirt in my amaryllis pot or just start watering it now that the leaves have dried out? And as well, and Corinne wants to know, so no water at all until the old leaves fall off? The other one was
Yeah.
Karen, like should
Yeah.
I put it in dirt now or
You know,
Yeah.
I do. I repot mine.
Yes.
So I definitely, like when I bring them in from the fall, the fall, that's when I repot them.
Yes.
So I would
exactly.
say the amaryllis is the only ones
And
that
do
I-
your fresh soil now and
Yeah.
get it in the pot, because if the leaves are starting, it's
Yeah.
probably going to do that. And then make sure you give it a good drink
Yes.
and then let it do its own start. And then you'll probably find watering it
Yeah.
every 10 days is probably plenty
Yeah.
for the first little while.
But the thing is, if the bulb itself has gotten smaller,
yes,
then it's not going to flower no matter what,
yes.
because it just hasn't got enough energy there to bud out.
And that's why you've got to let the leaves die into it.
Yeah. So essentially, if you miss a year, it's no big deal. But you got to make sure that we're giving them the proper cycle so that they can
Yes.
start accumulating all that energy back again.
That's right.
I remember Gail Blackhall, her dad.
Oh.
There was that amaryllis bulb that was literally
Her dad had one. It was so big.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's what he did. And to me, a bulb will flower when it has enough energy.
That's right.
So we just have to be patient.
That's right. All right, I see a question
Yeah.
over here from Ann C. I just remembered Tea for Two is on, and I'm late to the talk, so if this was discussed, I missed it. I am having my usual lack of success at getting my amaryllis to rebloom. I think we addressed that just now, Ann. I planted 9 bulbs after cutting them back and chilling them outside overnight for a couple of nights. When it was 0 degrees and and have 8 with no flower spikes, I'd appreciate advice for next year.
I'd say we do exactly that.
Yes.
Make sure that allow them to grow their leaves.
Yes, you
Allow
really
them
have to get them.
fertilize them when they're growing the leaves.
Yes.
I'll allow them to die back.
That's right.
Stick them outside in the summer.
Yeah, I keep mine under my birch.
Yeah, or mine's under my spruce or my mountain ash or whatever. And then keep the recycle, and eventually that bulb will grow big enough.
That's right.
And to flower.
And that's part of the deal, is you really have to let the leaves grow for the bulbs to form. And it's just like the baby here.
Yeah.
He's going to grow lots of leaves but no flowers this year. But letting it die back naturally gradually will create quite a good size.
Yeah. And this guy, I'm going to try not to detach from mum, because I want to see how long he takes to naturally become a big guy.
I wish I'd brought my seedlings. My seedlings are about this big. I'm so excited. I have 6 babies from the seeds. Because these amaryllis flowers, if you leave them and let them go to seed, I got babies. And it's a big experiment. I must take a picture and to show people. It was one of those things that I thought, I'm going to try this just because, you know.
Why not?
Right.
That's what gardening's about.
That's right. So what do you consider a great gardener's gift?
Books.
Of course you do.
But not just anything Canadian, of course. But how about a subscription to The Gardener for cold climates?
Yes.
A magazine that comes out 4 times a year. Or the Prairie Garden Annual.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Small Spaces this year.
Yep, Small Spaces this year. Or was that last year?
Was that last year?
That's last year.
No, 2023 is
climate stuff.
Climate stuff, yes.
Yeah. Grow lights.
Grow lights,
Grow lights. Grow lights.
Yeah.
More grow lights. I've got so many tools. I don't need another tool.
I don't really either. I wouldn't mind some grow lights either, but knowing my family, I'm going to have to go out and buy my own grow lights. It's just one of those things. But I look upon the year as one of those things where we can try and get some neat things happening at the end.
Yeah. How about a gift certificate or a membership to your favorite garden society?
That's right. Lots of information available. And a discount at the major garden centers.
Seeds of Diversity.
Oh, right. I forgot about
Membership to the Seeds of Diversity. Absolutely. We need to support those guys.
We do.
Yeah.
There's a second part to our question here.
Yeah.
Should I stop watering to get them to die back, and if so, when? I've had very healthy plants and bulbs every year, but have had to cut them back because they never die back.
I would stop watering to get them to die back.
Don't cut them till they get a natural cycle going.
Yeah, because if you cut when they're still green, it means that they still want to do their thing.
That's right, and you're in trouble then.
Yeah, so let's do it that way, and then next year we can chat and see whether or not.
We should have an Amaryllis Club get together.
Yes.
Another question.
Amaryllis Anonymous.
Just following up on that, so they're going to let their green leaves grow right in through this, take it outside in the summer, and then come September bring it in and hope they die back?
Yep, they will.
They will.
They will.
They do.
And sometimes for amaryllis, the leaves will die back after they finish flowering.
That's right.
And they'll just sort of sit there for a little while, and then they'll regrow some more leaves.
That's right.
Then they go outside. That's usually it's 2 cycles of leaves.
And when you do put them outside, quite often the soil will sink.
Yeah.
And I get a little worried about it. So I quite often, once they come in and they start to die back, I lift them, fill with soil on the bottom and fill with soil on the top. And they are like that one amaryllis, I don't know if you spotted it the other day, the bulb is getting there.
Yeah.
The bulb is starting to do.
What I often do is I take them out of all of their pots in the summer, and I use an old big bag.
Yes.
And then that's filled with soil under the tree, and that's the nursery bed for the amaryllis.
Ah, what a good idea.
Yeah.
Janet, it's been lovely visiting with you. It is so many interesting topics, but as you and I both know, we could keep on talking for another...
We could go for hours.
For hours
but Debbie
and hours.
Would fall asleep.
Or no, she'd sit there and pay attention. I want to thank everybody for this past year. It's been really fun doing Tea for Two and garden coaching and all the rest of it. Starting in January, Tea for Two will disappear off the menu, but we are going to do lunch bites. And those could be very interesting at the noon hour. I think that they will continue on. And we're going to do another little get-together later on in the month, and it will be called Over the Garden Fence. And no, it's not like the guy on Tim the Tool Man who wears a hat down here. We're going to talk to various members of groups, and we're going to discuss gardening in great detail with them. But I want to just invite you all to check on our calendar. And if you're looking for a great garden gift, the Horticultural Society's calendar, which I forgot to bring down, has all the dates for things like that coming up. Cool. It's all set to go. And starting in February, March, we start the member talks again. So those could prove interesting.
Yes.
And do look into some of that. And the Horticultural Society will be 115 years old this coming year. I am looking forward to see how we celebrate and many things to happen. I'm not 115, you guys, unless you figure I've been around too long.
Old as the dinosaurs.
I know. That's what you bring them for those comments. Anyway, I want to say happy holidays and happy new year, and I look forward to seeing you in the new year. And thanks for coming out.
It's been a delightful time.
It's been fun. We've had a good time.
Good stuff.